Ding, ding, round two. On the left, Trump. On the right, wait, reverse that. On the right, Donald Trump. On the left, Letitia James. Let's make this a fair fight. It's impossible if you're fighting a Democrat, of course. This is about round two, how the Democrats intend to fight Trump, even if he wins. Just them saying, even if he wins, concedes the ground. They're all prepping for a win. But this is the shenanigans they're going to continue to do against Trump, probably for the rest of his life. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. If you're a happy patriot, come join us, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below where you're from, what you're about, and we have one of the happiest, friendliest, nicest chats there is on YouTube. Democrat, lawyers, get ready. If Trump wins, there will be chaos. Now, I thought this article was going to be about they're threatening that Trump was going to set the streets on fire or something, but it's not that. It's inside the political gamesmanship taking place within the Democrat attorney general's offices throughout the country. These are George Soros, criminal attorney generals like Letitia James. We're going to get into her. When Donald Trump issued a ban on travelers from some Muslim majority countries just a week into his presidency, Democrat attorneys generals were caught off guard. They hadn't expected the policy long promised by Trump on the campaign trail to materialize so quickly. Of course, in hindsight, we found out he was wise. Over the next course of few days, they scrambled to sue to stop the executive order, setting off 4 years of intense hostility between the top Democratic lawyers and Republican White House. Yeah, there wasn't hostility before that. Oh, the poor children at Politico. You're so far behind. Politico used to be centrist. Now they're so woke. Now Democrat attorneys around the country are ready to gear up for the possibility of a second Trump administration. Wise move, guys. Even they smell it. The Democrats are telling us Trump's going to win, but we keep fighting. Keep fighting. Do not let your guard down. By beginning to map out an aggressive legal strategy, lawfare, to fight him again in court, this time with a fresh sense of urgency. Oh, the Democrats, you've burned out your nerves. You can't sprint forever, Democrats. You've burned it all up. Democratic attorneys generals are exploring hiring outside experts and dispatching staff to study areas of the law anticipated to come under the attack, like reproductive health. We know what that means. By the way, it has nothing to do with health. Health of certainly all three people involved with the reproduction, parents and the baby, immigration, and the environment. Oh, it's the state religion. They are identifying staff members best equipped to fight assertions of executive privilege, which Trump invoked in the most high-profile controversies, and states best positioned to lead bigger cases. So this is more lawfare. And they are, because they know they've got the corrupt judges that are not neutral. They know they've got their Democrat judges in certain states. They're going to pull from Democrat jury pools, and they are scrutinizing Project 2025. This is more fear-mongering, the 2025 project. The 900-page blueprint from the Heritage Foundation that nobody reads. I mean, that lays out a conservative agenda for the next Republican presidency. The early but serious preparations are an acknowledgement that a second Trump presidency would entail these lawyers filing lawsuit after lawsuit against the federal government to mitigate what they view as a significant threat to democracy and individual rights, which, by the way, what are they going to lawsuit? What do they consider a significant threat to democracy? How about free speech? How about the Second Amendment? How about your freedom to drive a gas-powered car? How about your ability to pay for cheap groceries? How about a secure border? They see that as a threat to individual rights. How about not paying off student loans? The list goes on and on. I don't care what they consider a serious threat. They went hysterical. They made everyone wear double masks driving in their cars. You can't trust these people with anything. You can't trust them with the military. Quote, when you look at the first Trump presidency, you can see the devastating impact some of the policies that were pursued by the administration had on millions of people across our state, unquote, said New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin in an interview. Matt Platkin is nuts. Literally, look at Look at what's happening to our homeless shelters with illegals overrunning all of our services. Everyone agrees it in healthcare. Even Democrats are saying, get these people out of, please shut off the spigot of people coming in. And he's going like, instead, Trump's going to affect them worse. They're nuts. Quote, we need to be prepared for that possibility, even though it may not come to pass. Oh no, it's coming to pass. So we're not caught flat-footed. We're ready to stand up for the rights of our citizens, should that be necessary. I say throw them all in prison. It's time to start the lawfare going the other way. And by the way, fire all appointments. Anything that's not voted on, fire them all. Gut all these places. We need a bigger Congress with better assistance to run more investigations and lawsuits. Those precautions involve, quote, preparing for potential legal arguments and building an infrastructure to be ready to go should we need to go, he said. What's happening in private conversations inside Democratic attorneys general's offices is part of the broader nationwide effort to, quote, Trump-proof, unquote, programs and services believed to be targeted by Trump and his allies. Attorneys generals will be key to these efforts. Boy, they're gearing up. That means Trump's going to win. They're not prepping for a Biden win, which would be bolster up our offenses. We're going to go after them offenses. We're going to expand the deep state. They're going hunker back, build bunkers, build walls. This is a defensive strategy. That's why I did this news article, because this is more good news to you guys, more just another brick in the wall of evidence that Trump is going to win, and they're prepping for it. Most of their focus is on shoring up existing state constitutional reproductive protections, BARF, tightening environmental regulations, the state religion, and preparing for election day misinformation and violence. Look, the only people going to be violent on election day is going to be Democrats, okay? They're going to end it all. That's a nice try. I mean, just look at Antifa. Look at the Palestinian protests. We don't have violent people on our side. Quote, we will fight based on the rule of law. No, you won't. You'll invent laws and throw things out, stretch the law, the facts as they are known to us, and make sure we continue to pursue a pathway of common sense, necessary environmental policies and laws. Why environmental policies? That's not in the Constitution. Who cares? Said California Attorney General Rob Bonta. Quote, our office is not new to this. We've been in this position in 2016 to 2020 if necessary. We'll prepare to fight in the same way again. Lawfare. The political upside to suing Trump. Trump has the power to create political stars on the right, but also on the left. Some of the lead state government lawyers who made suing Trump a full-time job on to the higher position of power, like Massachusetts Governor Mark Healey and Health and Human Services Xavier Becerra. Look, this article saying they did it for fame. They did it for notoriety. They became a celebrity. That's their incentive. Quote, attorneys general often now are looking at the next political step, said Doug Gansler from Maryland Attorney General. Quote, they make decisions predicted on politics, sometimes instead of what they're statutorily obligated to do, unquote. That means they wing it, they make it up as they go, and everything's fine because they're Democrats. They get away with it. I only want to say, what if a Republican made it up as he went? When suing the federal government, offices coordinate among themselves to determine which states will steer litigation. They're telling you their whole plan. In public, we're reporting it right here in Exile. A role typically assumed by the largest offices and employ hundreds of lawyers. Lawfare, get out the armies of lawyers. The group of attorneys general expected to take the lead in countering a hypothetical second Trump presidency include Bonta of California, Tish James of New York. Tish James is back for round 2. We have to look up. She has to be sued for, this is a conspiracy. This is corruption. She has to be put up for corruption and tried, removed from office, thrown in prison. Trump better get an aggressive AG and Department of Justice. What do you guys think? Will it ever come back on Tish James? Will she legally ever have to answer for her illegal and quackery of prosecuting Trump, saying that she'd go after him and then targeting him with her office? I'm Doug. in exile.